CombatReel is here with Clarke, who this Friday, February 27th, is going to be facing Alex Berrios at the Friday Night Fights. Elijah, how you doing?
I feel good. Feel real good. Looking forward to this fight.
So, how's training going?
Training's going great. You know, I mean, one of my training partners, also Josh, is also fighting the same card. So it was a really good dynamic in training camp. You know, what I mean, get someone alongside you to push you. So it felt really good.
So Alex Berrios is a very game opponent. He's known for being a technical guy, has very fast kicks, very good defense. Are you working on anything specific geared towards your fight with Alex?
I mean, with him, I know he's a very technical guy. He likes to start off a little slow and kind of build the pace. My thing is to just come out and kind of make a name for myself with him. You know what I mean? I mean, he's known. He's a little bit more known than I am, and he's one of the most toughest opponents I have to date. So I'm really looking forward to kind of just pushing the pace with this fight.
Let's talk a little bit about your specific training for your upcoming fight. So you're pretty well known for having some strong kicks. You're known for your clinch work and your elbows. You have fantastic elbows. Are there any other aspects of your game that you're working on?
I mean, I've been working on my boxing a little bit more, having a little bit more confidence in my boxing, because I realized I'm more comfortable kicking, and I wanted to kind of work on my boxing a bit. So I kind of did a little more boxing and stuff, focus on my hands, but still not neglecting my main weapons, my kicks and my clinch. Yeah.
So you're still pretty early on in your career, but what are your goals for the next year or so?
My goal for the next year is to fight the top guys there is. You know what I mean? And Alex Berrios is like obviously the first step. You know what I mean? I've fought a couple of guys in amateur level, pretty decent guys in amateur level, and fighting pro, I haven't gotten anyone yet that could really put me in deep waters, and I think Alex Berrios is that perfect challenge, that next step up. So
you've been training Muay Thai now probably for 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
Right. So what drew you to Muay Thai?
It's a funny story. I saw one of the Own Back films. I know everyone's probably saying that, and I was interested in it, but I never kind of walked into a gym to do it. And one day a friend of mine invited me to do a former Russian martial arts called Russian Sistema, and he invited me to do that. And I walked into what used to be Fight House, and I remember Fight House it used to be on 27th Street. I walked into Fight House, and I had a former coworker of mine who was training Thai boxing with Brandon, and he was like, "Hey man, you should try Thai boxing. Don't do the Russian system." I did Thai boxing and kind of kind of steamrolled from there. I had my first fight after like 8 months.
That's well, it turned out pretty well for you.
Yeah. It was. I kind of stumbled on it, and it kind of worked out.
So, what motivates you as a fighter?
The challenge. I think that's one of the great things about Thai boxing. I think a lot of people tend to drift to MMA because obviously you have more money in MMA. But I think for Thai boxing, people you find who really love Thai boxing stay in it because of the challenge. You know what I mean? I grew up playing team sports, grew up playing soccer, and if the team lose, you kind of blame the team. You know what I mean? But when you in a ring, it's just you and another man. It's you forced to overcome. No matter what that guy comes at you with, you're forced to overcome that. And I think I love that challenge, the challenge aspect of it.
So what goes through your mind when you're in the middle of a fight? So for example, I think you mentioned the Gil Piñeiro's fight, which is your first professional fight. I think you took a low shot at one point,
yeah.
Right? What goes through your mind sort of that first time that you take some sort of a shot that really hurts?
I think one of the things, it's kind of making that, and I actually learned that when I came over here to the Hands of Gracie Academy, was that mental aspect. Okay, are you gonna stop? Are you injured? Are you hurt? What is it? You know what I mean? And it's making that assessment, and making that assessment on the fly and deciding, you know what? Yeah, it hurts, but it's not gonna kill me. I can keep going. And I actually learned that mental aspect here when I joined the Hands of Gracie Academy. Thanks to my entire team at the Hands of Gracie Academy. I mean, obviously my teammate Josh Brandenburg, everyone, my head instructor Joseph Perry, everyone from all our students. You know what I mean? They all helped us. The energy in the room is always fantastic.